In this video, I'm just going to show you how to set up the workspaces in order to use Whippet. It uses the exact same default Blender 5.0 storyboarding workspace setup. So as soon as you open a new Blend file, you'll have this little prompt here, and you can hit storyboarding to open it up. If you don't see that for whatever reason, you can always go up to File, New, and hit Storyboarding, and that will produce the same thing. It'll just create a new file. And then you're all set up. Whippet just uses the default 2 workspaces. So long as you have a storyboarding one and a video editing one, you should be fine. You can add other workspaces. You can use Blender however you want. It doesn't matter so long as you have a storyboarding workspace and a video editing one. Do not change the names of these because it will jump back and forth and search and look for these workspace tabs, but you're free to have whatever else you want. If you're using Blender 4.5, then you'll need to use the respective version of Whippet to work with Blender 4.5. And there's no default storyboarding workspace setup, so you'll manually just have to come up here and create your own personal storyboarding workspace, name it storyboarding, and then again, just have your video editing workspace as well. You cannot use the Story Tools update that came with 5.0, so you'll just be using the Playblast videos to VSE setup. And then one thing to keep in mind is keep your storyboarding scene unpinned, just kind of like what we do in 5.0. And then on the video editing workspace, you'll have your video editing scene. Keep it pinned to the video editing workspace. And so up here we have our storyboarding scene, and then down below we have a sequencer with our edit scene down here. So you can just use the one edit scene that comes with Blender. And then if you jump to the video editing workspace, you'll notice that the same edit scene is pinned up here. So every time you click on the video editing workspace, it will activate the edit scene here because it's pinned. It'll just keep it here. And then also down here, just make sure you have the same edit scene, which again, by default, Blender will have that set up for you. If in the event that you ever want to duplicate or try a new edit, you can hit this button here and then do like a full copy. And then essentially here you would go in and change the sequence of shots. What you want to do is make sure that this sequence, or excuse me, the scene here, this edit.001 is the same up here. And then if you go back to storyboarding, you want to make sure that you're working on the correct edit scene. So you can just hit it there. And then now you're working on a second instance of one of your edit scenes. Okay, Whippet has several panels and menus that you can utilize. The first one is in the 3D viewport. If you press N on your keyboard, it will pop up here, this side panel where all your other add-ons live and some core Blender like tool menus. So if you click on Whippet, this is the main panel that has all the functionality for all your camera management and all your grease pencil tools. So that's the main one there. And then in the dope sheet, we have a side panel here as well where you can access your camera list and also some grease pencil keyframe flipping options. In the dope sheet, you'll notice that there's extra buttons here. These are all intended so that there are custom Whippet tools and functions that you can use, and then as well as trying to remove the need for having the timeline and also these footers. These footers were added in 5.0, so instead of having both a header and a footer, you can get rid of these by, if you hold your mouse over top of the footer, you can then drag it down so you can hide that. All those buttons live up here. And same thing goes for the sequencer. We have some custom trimming options along the header, and all of these buttons and menus that live down here in the footer are also up here. The sync scene time, this button here that comes with Blender 5.0, that is automatically enabled, and you need that in order to actually switch scenes automatically. Your storyboarding scenes, that is. So when you scrub, it'll automatically change the scene. See here it says shot.002. And then if I scrub back, it's shot.001. So you need this enabled. And then that same button with Whippet is just this hourglass. So that should always be toggled on when you're using the scene strip workflow. And so again, I can just come down here and remove the footer. So you kind of have a cleaner workspace setup. If we go to the video editing workspace tab, we can find another side panel here. If you press N over the sequencer to pull this up and you go to Whippet, here you can utilize a few other operators and buttons and some EDL export features as well.